iPhone SE versus Samsung Galaxy Note 8 speed test. That video is coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone SE versus the Galaxy Note 8. Now slow down, I could hear the objections already. Why are you comparing an iPhone SE to a Samsung Galaxy Note 8? This makes no sense. Blah, blah, blah. Blee, blee, blee. What about iPhone SE has a 2016 processor? It doesn't matter. Some people have an iPhone SE, they're looking at that Note 8, they're like, I'm ready to upgrade. They want to see what they're getting into. Also, Apple likes to tout at their events that their processors are so far ahead of Android devices. And I want to let one thing be clear here. We're going to begin with the boot up test here on both devices in 3, 2, 1. But if your phone loses, just admit that your phone loses. Like, seriously, you know, right now people are coming in watching at this point in the video might be saying, oh, I just want to see if my SE can keep up with that phone. But the minute it loses in some areas, they're going to say 1,001 excuses just so they can defend their ecosystem here. So the SE actually wins the boot up test, which is surprising because the Note 8 beat the iOS 11 7 Plus in the boot up test. So I admit it here, the SE was faster on the boot up. Okay guys, so I'm gonna boot it up again just to see if that's true. I'm gonna be double running a lot of tests here just because I wanna see, you know, just in case I make any mistakes, we're gonna see here, we're gonna get down to the truth. So we're gonna see if the SE can beat the Note 8 again in a second round here on the boot up test. So this will make sure that I didn't, you know, hit the button a little bit different or something like that. And yes, it does. So the clear winner here on the boot up test goes to the iPhone SE running iOS 10.3.3. Okay guys, so let's see which one responds to get to the home screen or the lock screen first in 3, 2, 1. And you can see it looks like the SE. One more time, 3, 2, 1. And it looks like the SE. So the SE is a little bit more responsive from the time you press the power button to get to your lock screen. But one thing about the SE is that you cannot rest your finger on the fingerprint scanner and open it without actually clicking the button. Now I know there's gonna be a counter to that. You can turn on the raise to wake feature. I understand that. But the thing is that on the Note 8, all you have to do is rest your finger on no matter what features you have on, and it will work at all times. Now, yes, it's in an awkward location. You could say it's gonna be a little bit tricky to press that and you're gonna be more inaccurate. Well, once you get used to it, actually, you're pretty accurate with both. Let's go ahead and test the fingerprint scanner speed just when they are both at the lock screen though. In 3, 2, 1. And you could see the Note 8 finally gets a win here in this test in 3, 2, 1. And you could see again, and I'm gonna do this one more time for the naysayers out there. 3, 2, 1. And you could see the Note 8 is faster on the fingerprint scanner, hands down, when it comes to just its pure raw speed of the fingerprint scanner when you actually hit it perfectly. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and quickly confirm the softwares. Now yesterday when I did the iPhone 7 Plus versus the Note 8, I did use the iOS 11, the Gold Master release. Here on the SE, we're gonna use the official 10.3.3 14G60 here for that software. Over here on the Note, we are running Android 7.1.1 Nougat, not the latest and greatest Android version, but still the latest that Samsung is offering on their premium device. Okay guys, so I want to take a quick second to talk about just the fluidity of the operating system. So on the home screens I'm talking about here, going through it, navigating the UI, it's a very smooth affair here on the iPhone SE, very fast, fluid. Sometimes I get a little chop with the control center. Sometimes it's very rare, but sometimes, especially in the new iOS 11, I get this little widget lag where if I go over here, it'll like go like this, it'll jank a little bit. I've showed this in previous videos, but overall it's very fast, very fluid, and we're pretty much used to this here on iPhone. Now Samsung has definitely refined their phones. You know, a lot of people will trash Samsung for the past, but get to the future, they're a lot smoother, and the Note 8 actually feels a little bit more buttery smooth than the iPhone SE. It just has a really liquid smooth feeling on the display. I'm surprised they didn't throw a 120 hertz display on this phone. And your fingers just kind of roll off that edge right there on the Note, making it even a better experience for the Note. So I do think the Note 8 has a slight edge when it comes to how buttery smooth it feels on the home screens. Okay guys, so welcome to the application speed test portion of this video. And I want to let you know 720p resolution for the Note 8 to closely match the iPhone SE, 1x, 1x, 1x on the animations. Both are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Everything is closed out. I will be double running every single application, one in slow-mo, so you can see the difference. So let's begin with the calendar. 3, 2, and 1. And you can see the Note 8 wins that one. Let's go ahead and close it out and do it now in slow motion. So here we go in slow motion. So you've seen the winner right there. Let's go ahead and go into clock now. And you can see the Note 8 once again. Let's go ahead and close out clock and do it in slow motion. We're gonna close out clock here, and let's go again to clock. And you can see it's the Note 8, even in slow motion. Let's go ahead and get on the calculator now in 3, 2, 1. And you can see it's the Note 8 once again. Let's go ahead and close it out and do it in slow motion. And you could see right here, slow motion in 3, 2, 1. And you can see the Note 8's a winner again. Coming home here, let's go ahead and go into settings. And you can see the Note 8 wins it on settings. So coming home, let's go ahead and close out settings on the iPhone SE, close out settings on the Note 8. Let's go to settings in slow motion, 3, 2, and 1. And you can see the Note 8 once again. Coming home, so let's go ahead and go into the internet on both devices in 3, 2, 1. And you can see it's the Note 8 once again. Let's go ahead and run that in slow motion so you can see the differences in slow-mo. So 3, 2, 1. And you can see it's the Note 8 once again. Coming home, let's go ahead and go into camera now. So I'm actually gonna open these up like this so you can see a little closer the cameras in 3, 2, and 1. And you can see that one looked like the iPhone SE. Let's go ahead and run that one in slow motion. Let me go ahead and close out the Note 8 and let's go in slow-mo in 3, 2, 1. And yeah, that one looked like the iPhone SE even in slow motion. Let's go ahead and go into weather now on both devices in 3, 2, 1. And you could see that was definitely the iPhone SE. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like in slow motion now. So weather in slow motion. And you can see it look like the iPhone SE once again. Coming home, let's go ahead and go now into Instagram. So that one's a clear win for the Note 8. So let's see if it can do it faster in slow motion though. 3, 2, and 1. You can see it is the Note 8 once again. A little bit of a load there on the iPhone SE. Coming home, let's go ahead and go into the Play Store and the App Store. And you can see the Note 8 is a clear win there on the Play Store. Let's go ahead and close them out and do slow motion on the Play Store App Store now. So let's go into Play Store App Store. And you can see it's the Play Store again. So let's go ahead and install an application to see which one installs an application faster. In 3, 2, 1. So I'm installing on both. You should see the Note 8's gonna add the application right here. And the SE looks to be done. So the SE wins the application download test. And now we have the Note 8 coming in just a little bit. This might signify that the App Store, even though it's a little bit slower to open, may be a little bit more efficient than the Play Store when it comes to downloading your applications. We could try that again with an application WhatsApp. So let's go ahead and go into the App Store, Play Store again and open those up. So let's go ahead and download and install on both of these. So we're gonna download both of these right here. And let's see what the Note does and let's see what the iPhone SE does. So the iPhone SE looks to be ahead here, but you're not sure just yet because you can see right there, that's the loading bar. And the SE is ready to go on WhatsApp. So the SE is faster on download speeds when it comes to downloading a new application, hands down. Okay, so let's get back into phone now. And you can see the Note 8 was faster. Let's run that one in slow-mo. So let's close out the SE here. Run this in slow motion. You can see the Note 8 faster once again. Let's go into Twitter. And you can see the Note 8 is ahead here. We're not gonna rerun Twitter because Twitter is faster every time on Android. I could show you this again. You don't even need slow motion for this one. You can see right there, it's faster every time on Android. It's just better optimized for Android. So I could show you one more time. It's just super quick there for Android. So let's go ahead and get into Snapchat now. And you can see Snapchat is first for the Note 8. Let's run that one in slow motion. So we're gonna go to Snapchat in slow motion now for the Note 8 SE. And you can see the Note 8 once again, even in slow motion. Coming over here into YouTube, you can see YouTube is ready to go for the Note 8. Let's close it out and do slow motion on YouTube in 3, 2, let's go. And you can see that YouTube opened first on the Note 8, even in slow motion. Let's go ahead and get into Amazon now on both devices. And you can see Amazon is first for the Note 8, but what about in slow-mo? So let's close everything out and check them out in slow-mo on the Amazon. And you can see like the SE looks like it won there. So that one's a toss-up there on Amazon. Amazon's definitely a toss-up. What about real boxing? So we're gonna get into gaming now. Someone said a more computational thing on the iPhone is gaming, and iPhone has always pretty much won in the gaming department, and it does here on the SE. I'm not surprised. The GPUs on Apple are just faster, and I admit it. Android is not giving you a speedier gaming performance than iPhone. It's just not. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a faster day-to-day phone just because one aspect of your phone, gaming, is quicker. Gaming is not something everyone does, and I would almost bet that people who buy phones at $1,000 do not have time to be playing games on their phone every day. They're probably, got a career or doing stuff so they can buy phones like this. So let's go ahead and go into Jetpack Joyride. And you could see, looks like the Note 8 won that one. But let's go ahead and run that one more time in slow motion. I didn't run real boxing in slow motion because that game always gonna load first on the iPhone, but this was a little tricky. Let's go ahead and do Jetpack Joyride. And you've seen the SE beats it one more time there, even in slow motion. So let's go ahead and check out Jetpack Joyride one more time. So let's go ahead and open that one more time since it was a toss-up on Jetpack Joyride. And you could see it was definitely first there for the iPhone SE. So the SE wins that one. What about Geekbench? And you can see Geekbench was first for the SE. Let's close them out and do this in slow motion. Let's open up Geekbench one more time in 3, 2, and 1. And you can see the SE wins that one, hands down, even in slow motion. So let's quickly run through the applications and multitasking now. You can see about the same on the calendar, about the same on the clock. Let's go into calculator, about the same. Settings, you can see it looked like the SE. What about internet? About the same, maybe to the SE camera. Camera looked like the SE. What about weather here? So weather needs a reload. It actually doesn't hold in the background there for the Samsung. What about Instagram? You could see it's definitely the Samsung there. What about the App Store, Play Store? About the same. Phone, I'm calling that one about the same. What about Twitter? And you could see Twitter was faster on the SE, surprisingly. What about Snapchat? So Snapchat was quicker on the SE, but remember, these apps aren't always ready to go in the background. They're screenshots for the iPhone. So what about Amazon? About the same. So this might go to show that yesterday's test might have been due to iOS 11. So iOS 11 might be slowing down iPhones after all. So you can see Jetpack Joyride. And I'm pretty shocked with what the SE is doing here. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I'm pretty shocked that the SE is hanging toe-to-toe with the Note 8. But that's not the only factor that matters in a smartphone experience. The Note 8 gives you so much more when it comes to the camera, the S Pen experience. It's a much different experience and a much more premium experience than this phone. This phone is fast, but fast is not everything when it comes to buying a smartphone. So I'm not gonna run Geekbench here. We already know what's gonna happen. iPhone's gonna win on single core, Note's gonna win on multi-core. But that pretty much wraps it up here of the iPhone SE versus the Note 8. I think what we can come to a conclusion here is that the Note 8 is a powerful smartphone. The iPhone SE is a smartphone that is still holding its own when it comes to performance, and that's why I think Apple decided to keep it in the lineup. I'm really itching to see if they, announce a second iPhone SE. This would be nice. I mean, this design is getting stale for the iPhone SE. Is the SE a better smartphone? Absolutely not, in my opinion. You would be blown away to use a phone like this after using a phone like this, in my personal opinion. There's no way I would choose this phone over this phone. The only way I would do that is if I was on a budget, I would buy the SE, because this is probably the best phone you could get on a budget. I mean, you can find these at prepaid like $129. The Note 8 is gonna run you near $1,000. But what really changes the game for the Note 8 is not just it's the S Pen. It's all these features. It's this dual camera that's literally rivaling like point and shoots. This thing probably rivals like some of the best point and shoots on the market, if not better than some of them. I would even put this thing up against like a Sony RX100 when it comes to its video. It's gonna get a 4K 60 frames per second. But we'll talk more about that in the should you buy iPhone SE or should you upgrade from iPhone SE. But we'll talk more about that in the future reviews of the Note 8. If you guys enjoyed this one, click the like button for me, share it with a friend who might be interested in this content. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well and peace.